Hi, my name is Emily Grace Bennett. I'm from Fort Walton Beach, Florida. I'm a senior majoring in Spanish International Trade, and I studied abroad in Alcalá de Henares, Spain. I think it's a perfect place to go because it's a smaller town. It's close to Madrid, so you still have the big city when you want it, but it's a smaller town where it's easy to walk around and not have to worry about navigating too much transportation or transportation costs. You can walk almost everywhere you go in Alcalá. The people also speak really clear Spanish, so it's a great place to be able to listen and interpret and learn that, as opposed to if you were in Barcelona and everyone was speaking Catalan and you were trying to learn Spanish. While I was abroad, I took 4 major courses that applied to my Spanish International Trade major. I took Globalization of the Modern Economy. I took Business Spanish, Communication and Culture Focus, took Spanish Relations with Latin America, and I took a service learning course, which was basically a bilingual education intro. So I got to teach English in the schools once a week and have class the other day. Being able to travel as much as I did and learning as much of the language as I did, which I didn't really know or appreciate until, honestly, classes started this fall. But while I was in Europe, definitely the best part was just being able to travel. I had classes Monday through Thursday, so normally I would fly out on a Thursday afternoon and then fly home on a Sunday morning or Sunday night. So it allowed for me to still have 3, 4, or sometimes 5-day trips. So my first 2 months abroad, I traveled a lot in Spain because that was easier to plan, cheaper, and they were quicker trips. And then the last 2 months, I traveled more out of the country. I traveled to Italy for spring break, with a stop in France as well because we did a Mediterranean cruise. I traveled to Portugal for a weekend. I went to London for a weekend. I went to Paris for a weekend. So I hit a lot of the big ones and crossing things off my bucket list. And I went to Lisbon and went over to Sintra and went to the west coast and looked over the Atlantic, and it was really cool to think that somewhere across that vast ocean were all my friends and family and Auburn and everything back home, and kind of cool to wonder what they were doing, but also to realize how much I was growing and learning in my own experience. I would warn potential study abroad students against having any expectations, because if you think that your experience is going to go one way, it'll probably swing in the opposite direction. And if you have too many expectations, that can lead to just fear that, what if my host family doesn't love me? What if the language is too hard? What if my flight gets delayed? But you can't live in the fear of those things, because it'll keep you from experience a semester abroad to the fullest. My name is Emily Grace Bennett. I studied abroad in Alcalá de Henares, Spain, and my bucket list is officially busted.